Hello, this is Emmy the Neat Neats. And I think this event actually does have the English voice actors, or at least most of them. Go to the newsstands. It's been so long since I've been in Fontaine, I forgot where that is. Freaky kid still hiding in the bushes, check. The newsstand is by the area where you can take bounties and stuff. I think it's a level above me. I need to go upstairs? Fontaine is huge. I was playing Visions of Mana. Yeah, not Trials of Mana, Visions of Mana. It's the newer Mana game. And the main town, Illistata, is pretty huge too. I love an RPGs just running around big freaking towns. Okay, I think I can just warp to the town, but I'm just gonna see how much I remember getting around. I remember when I first started playing Genshin Impact, I was like, Mondstadt is so cool! It's so big, look at this town! And then they've gradually just become bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, Natland's just a stadium with a bunch of, like, smaller... This volume. I've got a new headset, and the music is beautiful in my ears. It's kinda loud, though. I've tried turning it down to no effects. I think I spent a good hour freaking out because my newest controller wasn't working with the headset, but my super old controller, that's like Gen 1 of the PS4 controllers, works. So this is very weird. Okay, I think the newsstand's over there. Yeah, it's over there. I see the yellow circle. Let's see who's voice acting today.
There's a newsstand over there! Wanna grab a copy of the Steambird?
The daylight came quickly. Oh man. Corina, what's her last name? Bodegar? It's something weird. I can say her first name. Miss Corina. I honestly feel bad for her. I don't want her to lose her job. Having a new voice for Paimon will be weird. What I think Karina needs to do is maybe a public apology for her recent manic freakouts. I figure someone as famous voice as, I don't know if voice actors have like agents or whatever like an actor would, but she, her agent needed to help her with her last freakout. When it comes to the voice actor, when it comes to the voice actors in MiHoYo games, I just want the English voice acting back. I'll be sad to see certain voice actors go. I love Christina V. Valenzuela. I like Griffin Burns. Those will probably be the two biggest ones that if they leave, I'll be sad. But otherwise, I'm all for just rehiring new voice actors. It would be great if we could just keep the old voice actors. I don't know if MiHoYo will be willing to work with the voice actors union, though that's a problem. Whew. Yeah, sorry to talk about that. Just wanted to give my opinion. I feel bad for Karina. She has done some pretty weird things publicly, so I understand the hatred towards her, although I personally don't hate her. I enjoy Paimon's annoying voice. I enjoy yelling at Paimon and being angry at her. As for the voice actor herself, I appreciate the art more than the artist in that regard, but I would be very sad for someone whose I think main job is just voicing Paimon. I don't know how many other anime characters she does or not, but yeah, I'd be sad if she lost her job, honestly. I hope she recovers from her mental trauma she suffered at the hands of Twitter. I would love if all the original voice actors returned, but I can understand why they may have to replace everyone. As long as the replacements sound very similar. Emma Ferguson was originally the voice actor for Jessica in Dragon Quest VIII, but she was replaced by Jamie Barbakoff. I'm really bad at last names. And I felt Jamie was a good fit. They sound enough alike, and also Jamie's voice sounds a little younger and more age appropriate for Jessica, because Jessica's only like 17 or 18 in the game, while Emma Ferguson has a very like sexy, mature voice. Jamie's voice is still sexy, but Emma Ferguson has a bit more of the mature sex appeal to it. But I don't know why Emma Ferguson didn't return as Jessica. Could just be she didn't get a good enough offer. Maybe they weren't going to pay her enough. Maybe she's busy with other things. I know she's got a family and a career and stuff. But Ricky Grover and Blake Ritson have returned to do their characters in Dragon Quest games. I wonder if we get Dragon Quest Heroes 3, if we get Sylvando. Oh, and Shai Matheson would have to return, man. He loves Sylvando more than the fans, I think. Anyways, sorry to rant. I haven't been feeling good. I needed to get that rant off my chest. Now let's enjoy some Genshin Impact.
We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down.
Oh, the drama, Paimon. If only you knew. If only you knew your actual voice actor. If Paimon in-game could meet their voice actor in real life, who would win in a fight? Paimon has that weird warping ability where she phases in and out of existence, so I feel like it'd be very hard to hit Paimon. You'd have to capture her, but she could just escape because she can warp in and out of existence. You'd have to get a kill shot on Paimon. So, is Paimon secretly the strongest? Who knows?
Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kanich?
I think Charlotte's voice actor is the only one in the event who will not be voice acted.
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
And Kanich got a new voice actor. That's very cool, because he was one of the characters I really liked in that land. I hope he comes back on a banner soon, because I wasn't able to get him. The only 5-star Natlan character I have is still just Mawika. I would really love Kanich. I tried to get Shilonen, but I ended up getting a pity character instead. I got Yumi Mizuki, the new pity character, and I like her, so that's cool. I've been really depressed for this whole year, and weirdly enough, Genshin Impact has kind of been affecting my depression. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'm really enjoying exploring Natlan and just running around. And then a voice act. There was a scene with Tainari, and he wasn't voice acted. Is he gonna have to be replaced for a third time? Who knows? And that made me sad. So having all the characters' voice would really do well for my mental health. Mahoyo, I'm relying on you to treat my mental illness, basically. Hire English voice actors, please. I bet you could find Genshin Impact fans with good voices who would work for bare minimum. You could pay them in Primo Gems, not even real money. They're just not looking hard enough for new talent. Hold up. This one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving Saurian stew. Proves surprisingly popular. I thought they ate Saurians, though, in Natlands. I kill them by the bucket load. And you get teeth from them. You don't get meat. You know, I think Charlotte might be one of the only 4-star characters I've never gotten. I got Auroron and Ephra. I think Charlotte's the only 4-star character I don't have.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it.
I really hope I can use this footage. I'm moving around, and I'd hope that sound's not picking up on my microphone. Feels like it's missing something. Yeah, we're missing Charlotte's voice.
Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Wait, isn't Udix, isn't that Blue Eyes White Dragon dude? My, oh my, that can't be for real. I don't even remember what Charlotte sounds like, and I can't even go to like my character profile to remember what she sounds like. Was she French? I don't know. They don't really do French or British accents for Fontaine. In a Gordon Ramsay's quest, they had a character finally have like a French accent. But I don't think any of the playable characters have like a definite French sound to them. Or British, because Fontaine's supposed to be like Britain plus France. And if you know anything about France and Britain's history, they usually don't like being lumped together. They fought each other. Was it called the 300-Year War or 500-Year War? I'm bad with numbers.
Huh? What?
I said I'm bad with numbers, Paimon.
Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded?
I do love how when the characters do have to say French terms, they kind of turn French for like an instant. Neuvillette. I just call him Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
If it is, we're all toast. He is a dragon, so if someone can kill him, we are screwed. Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. Says the voice that is most unfamiliar to me. Well, if it isn't Lumi and Paimon. Should I be giving her a French accent? I can't remember. Oh ho ho, what a coincidence. Mr. Kanich and I were talking... Now I just sound like a vampire. Mr. Kanich and I were talking about you two just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend to Charlotte? Oh, okay. Oh no, she tried to interview him to get info about us. Okay. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. I can't do accents anymore. The trach really fucked up my throat. I hate to use an F word, but it's the truth. When I got that trach stuffed into my vocal cords, it's really messed it up. It's taken a long time for my voice just to get back to this level. So, anything you want to share with me about the great Lumi's triumphant exploits in Natland? Ahem, it's always a team effort. You never really do anything by yourself. That's why you roll for so many characters. Sigh, modest as ever. Anyway, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry. Merci. That's sorry in French, right? Let me backtrack a little. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you to Fontaine?
Hey there, you two.
Whoa.
Fancy running into you here.
Actual voice. What a pleasant surprise. Welcome to the voice acting team.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock.
See, say what you want about Karina. She at least has... Paimon's emotions are obviously portrayed. Because I was playing the game in Japanese and Chinese. The Japanese version of Paimon just sounds really childish. Once again, I'm an English native speaker, so I might not be able to pick up on the subtleties. Although I do watch a lot of anime in Japanese. And I feel like both her Japanese and Chinese self just focus on being childish and cute. While the English VA for Paimon kind of focuses a little bit on being annoying, explosive, and very emotional. Which can be entertaining to some and annoying to others. Like if I had to pick between English, Japanese, and Chinese Paimon, I'd have to go with English. She sounds more respectful and childish in Japanese. In Chinese, not my favorite voice. my favorite Chinese voice would definitely be Yoon Jin's voice actor in Chinese. She's an actual opera singer. And I find Chinese opera to be really beautiful. I was shocked to learn about Chinese opera, but I guess other languages have operas. I guess that's really American of me to think that only English people have operas. Well, and French. I guess it's. Yeah, I think when I think of operas, I think of like maybe French and European languages, not so much Asian languages.
What the heck was all that about a story of meat restaurant and the eunuchs getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Yeah, I'll try to be less chatty in the next video. Sorry, I'm just releasing all of my opinions at once. Oh ho ho, we were just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
I wonder if Farina's gonna be in this event. I love her. She does kind of sound a lot like Fischl, but I think they're a different voice actor.
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories.
Why is your hair like 3 colors, my dude? I like his design, and I love Dragon Lord Hall, but why the highlights in the hair? All the Natlan characters also have weird, like, markings in their hair.
Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
Also, his eyes look like I don't know if kids who aren't millennials will get this. You know, us millennial kids in our 30s. But his eyes remind me of fruit roll-ups. Do they still make fruit roll-ups? I haven't had one in like 10 years, so I don't know if they still exist. I'd have to go out of my way to look for them in the grocery store. I think they still make them. They had fruit roll-ups, which was just a fruity sheet of paper wrapped in plastic. And sometimes you could cut out designs in them. And then they had fruit by the foot, which was just like a rolling tape of fruit roll-up. It was really popular when I was a kid in like the 90s and early 2000s. I bet they were full of microplastics though. They kind of tasted like plastic. Sigh. I'm sorry you had to see such an unflattering side to Fontaine, Mr. Kanich. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones who still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article, though the misleading headline is still an underhanded trick to draw readers in. Why do the Traveler and Paimon look angry at Charlotte? They're angry that she's also not voice acted. But wait, yeah, the Traveler's voice actor isn't back yet either. Although it doesn't bother me as much when the main character's not voice acted, because I am the main character. I guess Paimon and the Traveler are angry at fake news. But others, like the ones we were just reading about, have no qualms about making outright fabrications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kanich.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Is the little pixel dragon afraid of robots?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
Is this event gonna be about writing true news articles or something? Are we gonna be collecting bad newspapers? What is this event about?
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently.
How did Kanich get here? Because, like, I think only the Traveler can use the teleport waypoints. So he would have had to walk, or they don't really have, like, carriages from what we can see. And he would have had to get a boat, too.
Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins.
Once again, I have killed so many saurians, I was not aware you could not eat them.
But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Yes, because I am the one who harms the saurians. Sorry. And if you're wondering why the Udics didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge. Oh, is it a new character, a new Fontaine character? It's not as if Palace Memoria only has one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Nouvelets to handle every single case himself. On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kanich's testimony as a key witness. Kanich looks like he has a Pip-Boy strapped to his wrists.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kanich.
The world's not going to end, thank goodness. Sigh, maybe not. But it'd be an even better world for me if Mr. Kanich here would agree to another exclusive interview with the Steam Bird.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat! You saw right through me. Guess I'll put it down to the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Any response to that, or...?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kanich the speechless! Kanich the tongue-tied!
Oh, my favorite character.
Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
But why? Of course, that's a brilliant idea. But that also means I'll need a bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. You could refuse. She's not like the paparazzi. She's not going to follow you home to the teapot. She literally can't enter the teapot. I don't have her as a character. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Anyway, I should probably be getting back to work. I also need to go track down a person who likes food and report these... I don't know what that word is. I forgot what that word means. Gestionar... Guess... What does that word mean? Okay, I got 5 minutes left on the video. Gestionar. But it gave me the answer in French. That's not gonna help me. Gestion meaning. What does it mean? Administrator? Okay, so it just means administrator, okay. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. C'est la vie. See, I know some French.
Charlotte never stops, does she?
Granted, all of my French I did learn from Dragon Quest.
Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That owl thing that popped out before, or was it a howl? It kind of looked like a howl, but at the same time...
Can he not exist outside Natlan or something?
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a howl.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, He's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
He looks like a glitch. One of my theories for Genshin Impact is that it's all just a simulated universe in like a computer or something, or the heavenly principles and like, I guess those that control the heavenly principles are just like moderators and creators of this fake world. Because remember, like ages ago, Scaramouche was like, the sky is fake. And also, everyone calls the main character the Traveler, even though they introduce themselves by their name. And there was one scene when the Traveler met with their sibling again. The main character mentions, "You're the only person who calls me by that name." And I was like, wait, is it a part of the game? Is that why they always call her Traveler? Because she's designated as Traveler, so they're not allowed to call her anything else. But then in non-voiced cutscenes, they will use her name. So I don't know if that theory is correct or not. That the whole world is just like a simulated program. Where in the Matrix, a very annoying form of the Matrix, instead of the red or blue pill, you took the pink and white pill that gave you Paimon.
Could be.
Yeah, Kenichi agrees with me. This could be a simulated universe. Created by Madame Herta.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Aw, poor almighty Karina is not feeling well. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I still would really like her to keep her job because I just enjoy making fun of Paimon. It would be weird to have a new Paimon voice. Also, would they have to backtrack and re-record over Karina's old lines from like the Mondstadt Liyue and all the older chapters? It must be a headache for the MiHoYo English team at the moment. Oh, I just want the English voice actors to return. I understand a union. They need a living wage. They need protection from AI voiceovers. But I think China already has laws that like prevent AI voice acting. But unions are a pain in the butt. I had a job where they wanted me to join a union, but they took money out of my paycheck to be part of the union. So I didn't join, but then my other coworkers were angry at me for not joining the union. Unions can be very annoying, but they can be helpful too at the same time. It's just, I'm gonna be so sad, because like Allegra Clark, Christina V. Valenzuela, Griffin Burns, like my 3 favorites being replaced would make me sad. And Keith Silverman? What's his last name?
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
Zhong Li's voice actor. Oh! But Zhong Li did do a voice in Visions of Mana. It was nice to hear his voice again in another game. Anyway, I'll have to end the video here. Sorry for my ranting. Ta-ta for now.